Oh my god. Hi, Wutaru. Hello. All right, are we ready? Okay, so I gotta make myself smaller so we can see everything on the screen. What's up? Alrighty. Hi, hello. Okay, so we have a new intro. We're going with Hello Morsels. Yes, we're testing this out. So, hello morsels. We're playing this game. It's called Unheim. It is a observation horror game. So, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you scream and have heart attacks with me because it'll be great. Sarah, hello. God fucking damn it. Ow. I'm bleeding. Oh no. Never mind, it's okay. It was a little bleed. We didn't get the emote yet. Emote yet? What emote? Oh, hamstring. I can't do that yet because I'm not logged in on that one. Hold on, let me see if I can hold. We'll pause this. We'll have to redo this. What is it? 70 hamstring. Okay. There we go. It should be there. We're still in the Christmas mode set. 7, 3. Oh, thank you, Dren. Oh my god. Okay, now we go back. Hello, you. My God. Okay, so we have a new intro. We're gonna go with this one. So, hello, morsels. We're playing this new game. Well, it's not new. I think it's. I don't know if it's new or not. I actually don't know. But it is a horror game. It's an observation horror game, and I'm probably gonna have a heart attack. So I hope you also have a heart attack with me. Just kidding, kidding. Um, Vietnamese. I don't speak that, so we're not doing that. All I see is hacks with the emote because of her using it in Becky's chat. Yeah, I love that emote. Alrighty, let's go. I'm terrified. Do English? Do next. Ongoing development content balance features updates regularly. Okay, accept. Adjust the slider until the far left symbol is barely visible. I think that's fine. Actually, I'm kind of blind, so we're gonna go here. Read this notice before playing. Photosensitive epilepsy. Okay. Blood and gore. Alright. Arachnophobia. If you have a severe fear of spiders, this game may not be suitable. Okay. This game contains
No, your
explicit.
mouse is not big enough.
depictions of blood, violence, and disturbing scenes, including injured characters, corpses, gory effects such as content. If such content distresses you, do not continue playing and feel free to stop the experience at any time. Okay. Lovely. Did they say spiders? Nope, no spiders. Do you want to play the tutorial? Successfully start the game as a achievement. Okay. Press F8 to give us feedback. Please connect to Twitch to interact with your viewers. No, we're gonna not do that because of I think you guys are gonna be. Oh, here's options. Can I click this? How do I? Okay. Well, I would like. Can I click the options? Can I not click it? I can't press escape. Maybe I have to do this first. Oh. This is the option menu. Here's select a level and check your statistics. Use this device to report anomalies. Use this note to find codes you need to dial. You can switch between your observer cameras here. Click these buttons to activate and deactivate your surveillance tools. They will drain your power. This is where you can check your van cameras for suspicious activity. And every level is haunted by its own unique entity. Here you can find information of how to survive those encounters. Can I? Why would they not let you go to options first? Oh. Your surveillance tools will drain your energy. Some can be activated directly on your screen. Others you can find inside the van. Depleting the battery completely will cause a power breakdown. You can recharge your battery by turning the crank counterclockwise. Where the fuck? In the event of a power failure, you must first switch the fuse back on. Afterwards, the power is restored as soon as you recharge the battery. We're dying. Progress and changing mission goals are recorded in this journal. One more place to guide us. Thank you. Can I click this? Jesus Christ. Effects. But why though? But why though? Okay, hold on. How do I mute this game? Hold on. We're gonna just mute that shit. It's not... No. None of this is working? Can you hear this? You can't hear this, right? Because I muted monitor audio, hopefully. No, okay, thank God, because your ears would be blasted. It's not resetting. Ow! It's louder! Yeah, I muted it because you guys would cry. This would make your ears bleed. My ears are bleeding. I don't think we could play this game. It's not setting. Like, all of this is still loud as shit. What the fuck? Maybe you need to relaunch? Maybe? We might not be able to play this game. Nope. Nope. It is so loud. I don't think we're playing this game, guys. I don't know how else to fix this. Because this is not working. There's still literal sounds, and the lower I go, the louder it gets. And then I tried going higher, and it also goes loud. So I don't know what the fuck happened. It's working as intended. I don't know. Maybe people had to go into their computer settings to change the volume of that, but that's dumb. Yeah, no, I don't think we're playing this game. God damn it! Alright, guys, whatever game, what do we play then? That's dumb. Well, I guess I don't get a heart attack today. Play refund? What's refund? Oh, refund the game? I can't. It's been over 2 days. Oh, you can do. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. How do you refund?
An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 subscription to Wooteru.
Oh, thank you, Anonymous. Creature Kitchen? No. How do you do the refund, though? Creature Kitchen. Creature Kitchen. This looks weird. It's like a creepy, cozy cooking simulator. How to like have a nightmare? Ow. Let's see, let's look at Discord too. What games? Suggested games. Karen! Admit it, being a Karen is like a fucking blast. Wait. What the fuck? Oh, it's not out? Damn it! That looks funny! Oh! That looks funny as fuck. Wait, hold on. Let's look at this. Hold. What is it called? Karen? Karen game trailer.
Sorry, we're all out of half and half.
You can only do an exchange.
No, breadsticks are extra.
I'm sorry, ma'am. That's our policy.
What the fuck? Oh my god. What the fuck? Wait, what's that rating? I don't think I read that right. The rating? I don't see a rating.
Pilot_chaos just subscribed for 15 massive months. Hexa dance.
Hi, Pilot. Thank you for the resubby. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. At the start of the video.
Sorry,
Rated
we're
E
all out.
for entitled. Oh my god. Hi, Kato. How am I? I'm okay. Play RE9. We're playing RE2 right now. Welp. Wait, what happened? You're not playing? No, the game isn't working. The volume isn't working, and it's like instant migraine volume game. So I don't know what the hell happened. I think other people may have had to change their computer volume stuff, and I don't want to fucking do that. So oh, Insum left a review. Please fix the fucking spider level. Holy. But the spider level is such BS. Even after knowing exactly what to do, it feels awful to play. I recommend the game if it gets fixed. Oh, it is in early access? Oh, okay. So that's why it's kind of fucky. Okay. Understood. Here are two good ones. Oh, what is this? The door in the basement? Door in the Basement is a pixelated horror game set in a mysterious subterranean world. Okay. What is this one? A psychological home invasion horror set in the bleak year of 1992, focusing on tension, atmosphere, and immersive soundtrack. The story involves elements of cult rituals meant to reach the dead and haunting presence for those who should have remained in the past. You know, this may be a reach, but sometimes I'm really scared to play spooky games. Because what if it's actually a haunt? What if the person, the developer, actually cursed the game and whoever plays the game makes the person who played the game cursed? Okay, man, what? Okay, let's look at this trailer. Free ghost wife? I don't think it's a wife. What is this called? New face on the block? New face on the block. Trailer. Oh, there's dolls in this though. Why do you hate me? That was kind of annoying. I hate having sensitive ears, man. Why is there an eye on the window? What? What? Okay. It's a Code Jimbo game? What's that mean? Oh. I see. Guys, guys, it is Friday the 13th. What do we do on Friday the 13th? Play cute games! Play cute games. We find goth mommies. Play cute games and find goth mommies. You're about to head over to Crystal Lake. Y'all want anything? What's that? What's Crystal Lake? What, ISO? Hello, ISO. Camp Crystal Lake is where Friday the 13th movie. Oh. Almost got your shit rocked by mobs typing that. You got so many games, I'm sure you'll find one. Yeah, I'm looking. Hold. What are we holding? Nothing. You and Ray could play this. Does anybody... Okay, I have a question. What the fuck is this person even talking about? Hex, nobody at you in DMs. Block them? Okay. Oh. Okay. I reported. I'm blocked. Thank you. Nobody adds you in DMs? Really? Oh, good. I'm gonna do that now. I'm just gonna at people. Oh, fuck you. No one gets your DMs because you don't befriend people? Wow. Wait, so if you at people, you could get flagged as a bot? Like the Discord flags you or the people flag you? Oh. Okay. If one of your friends did that, so if I flag you, or if I at you, you'll flag me? That's kind of rude. Not really? Oh. But someone will do it? Oh. I see it. Hi, HC. Alrighty, guys. What are we doing today? This is why I don't like checking Discord during streaming, because then I get completely sidetracked. Wah! Let's watch spooky stuff. Let's watch some spooky stuff. I gotta pee. You tell us? What am I telling? What am I telling you? Play Phasma with Becky. Oh, ISO, are you free? Yeah, let's play spooky game with I gotta pee. BRB. 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 Mwahahahahaha. Mwahahahahaha. Are you ready for this, guys? Mwahahahahaha. Welcome back. Thank you. Ready? Ready? Ready for this? No. Yes. You get no warning. Ooh. You didn't get a snack? It's her. It's not her. They're hella overpriced as the true horror? Yeah. That's a big ass key. We watched The Chair? No. Is that good one, Penny? This is why I don't have my back to the door. Why do you have the hallway light off? Thank you, Penny. What do I do if I saw this IRL? Throw my shoe at it? And stand there for about 5 hours staring at that spot? Never turn your back on it. Call cops? Oh, hell no. Why would you turn off the light? Why would you turn off the light? Hello? What? What the fuck? Fight it! It's gonna be in your face. It's gonna be in your face. You dumbass. You deserve to get eaten. Dumbass. Wow, what? Right, Becky? The chair. What the fuck? Do they see him? Do they not see him? His nipple's wet. Oh, that's a pocket. Girl, what?
Nothing, just driving home from work. But yeah, no, I picked up dinner, got it, and got some other stuff for you, surprise.
You're not gonna clean it? Disinfect it? I don't know, sage the damn thing?
Hey, how was work?
Good. Where's dinner? I'm starving.
It's on the counter. But happy 6 months.
Aw, babe. Flowers. Very classic. Happy
Who wears yellow
anniversary.
pants like
I
that?
love them. Thank you.
Why are your shoes still on? That's the horror in this video. Your shoes are still on.
And also,
What's the chair for?
Oh.
I found it on the road.
So you took it home.
Surprise.
Oh, there she is.
That was the second one. Do you like it? You don't like it? I mean, you usually like antique stuff.
I mean, where are we gonna put it?
I was thinking right here. I mean, it's just decorative.
It's kind of dirty.
That's what I said.
I can clean it.
And it's old.
That's what I said. Actually, I didn't
And
say
it's
that.
creepy.
But
Creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy, Reese. I mean, look at it.
Okay, so old is creepy now. I mean,
we could only
I think
see
it's
her.
kinda
Oh
old.
shit! Sorry.
I don't like it. I don't think that we need more clutter around here, honestly.
Oh wait, let me go to the YouTube page.
I like it.
Meow. Bam. Wait, I'm still massive. I'm huge, guys. I'm huge. Over here. There.
It's actually kind of comfy too.
Please.
Please.
Why? Why do you even like it this much? I mean, are you gonna sit in that thing?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it reminds me of my grandpa too.
You know I'm going for a consistent style in the house.
I can just keep it in the bedroom.
I can't sleep next to it. I feel weird.
This is just a chair. Okay, why are you making such a big
No,
deal out of
she's.
Reese, please don't make me beg, okay? I don't like it. I'm sorry, but we can't keep it. Just, please.
Her instincts are top
I'm
notch.
just gonna.
What did he say?
Please.
Fine, I'm just gonna.
Sir, your car.
Hello?
Hey, you're home.
Hey.
You were supposed to get dinner. Did you?
I can just go right now.
Stop.
What?
Just back up.
Okay, what?
You weren't even supposed to be home yet. You ruined the surprise.
What surprise?
Surprise.
Whoa.
I found this.
No. No. Back.
What? Reese, move. Come on, it's heavy.
Where did you even get that?
It was on the side of the road.
Take it back. Take it back. Why? No.
Look, Reese, I like it. Why do you hate everything?
What? No, I don't. Just take it back.
Calm down. Hey, it is kind of homey,
No, it's
remember?
fucking creepy. It is creepy. I do not want that thing in my house anymore. Get it out. Okay, you don't even like stuff like this.
Okay, well, it grew on me. Am I allowed to change my mind?
What?
Hello?
Wait, what?
What?
What did you just say?
Reese, geez, there's no need to rub it in my face, okay? We can keep the damn chair. Look, I'm trying to do something nice here. It's all you talked about last week. I thought you'd be happy about
Last
this.
week?
Yeah, when you brought the chair.
What day is it?
It's Wednesday.
Okay. So it's still Wednesday.
Yes.
But you've seen the chair before.
Yes, you brought it home. This is the same chair, Reese.
I thought I time traveled for a second.
Time travel?
There's not like, I don't even know what I thought.
What?
So you made me take the chair back,
I
but
mean-
what do you mean last week?
What?
Look, earlier today, when I dropped off the chair, I don't even remember dropping it back off. I just showed up there.
Today?
Yeah,
You mean you had it here this entire time?
What?
You fucking
No.
ass.
When I showed up with the chair today after work, you hated it. So I think I just dropped it off, but I have no
What
idea.
work, Reese? Today or a week ago?
What?
What is going on?
What day is it?
It's Wednesday. What is
What
wrong
is the
with
date?
you?
What is the date?
October 20th, 2021. This is some bullshit. You know, now I see what Fence was talking about. Are you fucking insane?
When did I drop this chair off?
Last week, Reese. Jesus, you're really starting to freak me out. You know what? Sleep on the couch tonight. Honestly, don't bother coming to bed. After a terrible fucking fight and arguing, I try to do something nice. Fuck you. Walk away, please. Walk away if you always give me this fucking problem. If you don't make a big change, I'm gone.
Julie. I really need you to listen to me right now. Julie. Look, I think I don't remember an entire week of my life. I blacked out.
Really?
And I think it has something to do with the chair.
Kind of hard to believe.
Hard to wrap your head around. Try being me right now.
Don't do drugs, kids.
You know what, Reese? No. You don't get to forget things just because you regret the shit that you did. I tried to make amends. all this
What the
shit
fuck happened in
because
their
you
relationship?
acted like a complete asshole. Getting in fights with coworkers,
What?
being fucking racist with Joe, getting fired,
I got
and
fired?
telling me in great detail how
Oh.
you were going to murder Fence
What
with
is happening
a
right
rock
now?
to the head until his eyes pop out. Ring a bell.
Julie, I think it's the chair.
If I hear one more word about that fucking chair!
I know it is. I can feel its negative energy. Like a feeling. Sadness. Just pulsing out of it.
You're the negative energy, Reese.
Well, that explains why she's mad. Yeah. Yeah. Why is it right there? Nipple! Oh, he got a nice body.
Fuck.
What? What the fuck? Boy, if you go back to bed, I'm a.
How'd you sleep, babe?
I didn't.
Oh no. Bad dreams?
Yeah, it's putting it lightly.
Hey. Today's a new day, honey. Time to, job shop and get out there.
Okay.
I put some laundry in. Would you get it when it beeps, please?
Julia, I'm having a hard time.
What do you mean?
I need help. Seriously, I need to see someone. Like a therapist or someone.
Okay, well, I was gonna tell you I set you up with Dr. Riley today at 5.
Did you see anything weird last night?
No. Coffee, honey?
You screamed?
What? Don't remember that. I slept like a dog.
Julia, I'm not healthy. Okay, I don't know if it's a brain injury or cancer or like maybe it's a mental thing, but
What happened?
there was an old man in the room last night. I saw him, okay? He looked as real as you are right now. And then you were screaming.
Dead Man Franklin?
What?
He comes with the chair.
Fuck, whoa.
What?
He comes with the chair? What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck? Whoa. What the fuck are you?
Of course we know Dead Man Franklin. I'm so tired of living. But I I love you so much.
Is Reese forgetting about me again?
He's been forgetting a lot lately.
Don't forget about me, Reese!
He has a condition.
Why are you forgetting about me?
It's not his fault.
What the fuck is happening right now?
Don't forget about me! Don't forget about me!
Who are you? What the fuck?
Still here!
Reese, you're dying of Alzheimer's, but you keep forgetting you have it.
What?
What, Reese? Jesus! What the hell, Reese? Sit down.
What the fuck?
Talk to me.
What the fuck?
Julie, am I sick and you're not telling me?
I don't know what's wrong with you, Reese. But, yeah. Yeah, I think you might be sick. And you're really scaring me.
So what should I do?
Fuck you!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I
What?
want to end this
Julie,
relationship!
no.
I hate you!
I'm just trying to figure everything out right now, okay?
It's okay, sweetheart. You're so cute. I'm gonna go take a bath and masturbate.
What? What?
Comment.
Police, open up. Police.
What is that moaning?
Yeah?
Are you Reese Williams? You have a second to chat?
Yeah, what's this about?
We'd rather talk inside.
Now's not a real good time right now.
We have a warrant.
Okay.
Who is that?
That's my girlfriend.
Can you let her know we're here?
Yeah.
Oh no, is she blind? What if she is?
She said she'd take a break.
Oh.
Please don't sit there.
So he sits there anyway?
Sir, can you tell us where you were on the night of Monday, October 20th?
Sir?
I was here.
You were here.
Yeah.
That's not what our resources say.
What resource? What's this about?
Wow, Steve, he's really going for it. We have multiple eyewitnesses who put you at Fence Walker's house on the night of his disappearance.
If I was there, I don't remember.
I'm gonna torture you. And it won't be fast.
Oh, Steve. Let's take a look around.
Yeah, sure.
Whose side are you on, pal?
Steve, do you want to step out for a second? Let's take a look around. Whoa.
Guilty. I say we kill him now.
We're gonna take a look around. Right now. Where's your bedroom?
It's down the hall.
Reese, where are you?
I was in the bathroom.
No. You're supposed to follow us now.
All right.
Brother. Wait, where's the other guy? Oh, there he is.
Well, tell me. What did you do?
Why was he putting his pants back up?
Did you bury him? Chop him up?
Bedroom's clear. Everything okay out here?
Front room seems clear.
I can't! Whoa. What the fuck?
Sorry about that. Had to try. Show me the restroom. I want to see the dead body.
I can't! No! Fuck! All right, freeze! Just keep your fucking hands up! Keep your fucking hands up! Keep your fucking hands up! Don't fucking move! Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that?
Got him.
There's a chemical that's released in your brain when you die. It's euphoric. It doesn't hurt. Life hurts a lot more. We've all got to die someday. What a beautiful day. The Lord awaits his top chair. The Lord awaits his top chair.
I'm so confused. Penny? I'm so confused. What the fuck? I'm so confused. Great, Beck, you have a sick mind, yeah. What the fuck? This is a story about me. Is it really? Yeah. There's some pretty woods. He's cute.
Arthur! Arthur? Oh my God, Mary! Oh my God. What the fuck happened?
That was kind of funny. It's a lot of cutting. I don't know if this is gonna be spooky. Wait, so why did his friend tie him up?
Will you cut it out? I'm really sorry, brother. It's the only way I could find out for sure. I knew you'd try to stop me. I knew it was gonna get messy. Now you and your girl are gonna wait right here until we figure out what the fuck is happening. Shit. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? You scream, and I'll put a fucking bullet in your chest. You understand? Fuck you, you crazy bastard! I am not dying tonight, so shut up!
I can't.
That gun at me, brother? Better fucking mean it. You gonna explain yourself? I saw the bodies, Jason. I found them. They weren't right. What the hell are you talking about? I've seen animal killings before. Bears, cougars, all of it.
Is this corn?
It ain't pretty.
I don't know.
This.
I thought it would be cooler. Why are there so much videos? Okay, the chair. Did you just post snake dick? Oh, we saw snake dick. We saw that one. The lookout. I think we saw rake too. Snake dick? Yeah, we saw snake dick.
Tell 'em to look out. Evening check-in.
Hey, maybe this one's better.
All clear up here.
Recorded.
Copy that, Toma. Sweet dreams.
Yeah, they put effort in the audio. The lights went out. Clicky noises. I could never do this. It's just a raccoon.
Tell me to base. Did you send someone up here?
Is this what actual Firewatch people sleep? Yeah? Oh, hell no. Like all windows all around you? Oh, hell no.
Please, can anybody hear me? I need help.
This is Toma Lookout.
I'm lost. I can't. I think there's something out here.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Just get under the bed. Under the bed. Don't go outside. Okay, you go outside. Alrighty. Now GG. This is the first place they look. Lock everything. Go under the bed. Why would you go outside? Flora! Good morning, Flora. Thank you for the raid. Nurse. Plague at night. The nurse. The fuck is that? Happy Friday the 13th. Number 1 rule of Appalachia. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Mountains. If you're here screaming or something, pretend you didn't hear. Exactly. Pretend you didn't hear it. Don't answer anything. Act like it wasn't there. Hello, everybody. Hello. It's a hilarious little horror game. Oh. We're watching short films. Appalachia. You were pronouncing it and then you give up. Yeah. We're watching short horror films. So far, none of them have been scary. Kind of sad. Yippee horror! Oh. Alrighty. Hello, Milk. Hi, Ray. Why would you go outside? Oh yeah. Yeah, let's call it.
Hello? Is anybody out there?
I had this argument about the evolution of human. I think I said this in chat the other day, where why did dinosaurs not develop the human intelligence with how long they've lived compared to the humans, how short we've lived, and that like we've lived only for like 300,000 years, whereas dinosaurs lived for millions and millions and millions, and why didn't they develop it? Blah 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 blah. I see why we need intelligence to survive, because holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Oh my god, we are literal prey animals. Oh my god. If any other animal did this, they'd be extinct. Hi Shen, hello. You know this is plot, right? No, there's actual humans that would do this shit without being filmed. Them motherfuckers would go out there. That's why there's warning labels on everything. It's people like this. I'm one of those. God damn it, Pima! Oh, you dumb bitch. Yeah, let's play with the spider web. Let's just send the like, hey, I'm right here. Yeah, let me just do that. Fuck. It's above her. Gamers don't look up. It's above her.
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
What's your location? Where are you?
I don't know where. I'm so lost. Please help. Help. Please, can anybody hear me? I need help.
Man! I was expecting a giant spider. What the fuck was that? I'm disappointed. I look like a... Oh my god. Not a jizz mummy. Like, ugh.
Territorial borders was confirmed by both Moscow and by officials in Washington.
What?
Ukraine had fired 6 American Attackams missiles into Russia's Bryansk region. The response from Russia's foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, said the missile attack was
It's the chair again. Do you not have light switches? Motherfucker! Light switch! Brother. Why do you immediately go to the floor? Obviously, I'm just moving a chair, bro. I just really like this chair. I'm just moving it. Sorry if I scared you. My bad. Hi, Helios. Hello. Ooh. Am I not understanding? What is with chairs? What is with chairs? Chairs are evil. I'm sitting in a chair. It's International Chair Day? Is it? Maybe he wants to give you a lap dance, dude. So he's trying to give you a chair to sit down so he can give you a lap dance. You keep running from him. That's what you get, because you didn't allow him to give you a lap dance. So he just ate your fucking face off. Homie. Man, a ghost demon lap dance would go so hard, right? There's no scary. This. I bet you that would terrify children. What happened to the scary stuff? Where is the scary stuff? Like, where are all the scary videos? God damn it. You left the scary stuff with your childhood? No, bring it back. I have to pee again. Ew, Nana! Alright, I go pee really quick. BRB. Holy crap, why am I peeing so much today? Hi, CJ. Hello. What scares you guys? I know some people are scared of underwater thingies. Some people are scared of caves. Lots of stuff. Your brain, children, pain. Bigelow with your thoughts. Women. We've seen majority of Casual Geographic stuff. I think the only one we didn't watch is the raccoon. But I think we've seen all of his videos. He posted one today. Yee. What about Z Frank videos? What is Z Frank? Z Frank. True facts. Species naming. But this isn't spooky. This is knowledge. Well, some people are scared of knowledge. I guess that could be spooky. My bill at the end of the month? True. Milky motor oil terrifies me. Milky motor oil. What does that do? It's just people pouring milk into their motors. People are doing what now? They're pouring milk into their motor. Oh. I see. These hauntings were completely real? Okay, we got one. It's Mr. Ballin! I love Mr. Ballin. Mr. Ballin tells some great fucking stories. Let's go. Love this pause screen. Okay, so this is Mr. Ballin. He's great at storytelling. He tells all real stories that happened in a very nice, fun, interactive, not interactive, but nice, descriptive way. He's a great storyteller. Okay, so the story is these hauntings were completely real.
Today,
You have a really you really have a talent for cursed pause screens. This one's fine.
3 stories that
I think I'm great with the pause screens. All right.
Today, I'm going to tell you 3 stories that all, in their own way, fall into the category of ghost stories. But before we get into those stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload 2, 3, even 4 times every week. So if that's of interest to you, please sneak into the like button's house and replace all of their light bulbs with light bulbs that flicker. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's stories.
Let's go! He does podcasts too. Let's do that to Sammy. Yes.
One night in April of 1919, a middle-aged man named Eric Marth woke up in his bedroom in the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, because his entire bed was shaking. He saw his wife, Margaret, was lying next to him and she was thrashing around and gasping for air. But Eric didn't panic because he knew exactly what was happening. So Eric and Margaret had moved into this house just a few weeks ago, but pretty much right away after moving in, Margaret had begun having these very intense nightmares that would wake her up almost violently, like what was happening right now. Now, from Eric's perspective, these nightmares she was having looked horrifying, but there really was not any physical risk to Margaret. I mean, she would just have these horrible visceral dreams and kind of shake around, but that was it. And so, like he had been doing the past couple of weeks, Eric just reached over and gently put his hands on his wife's shoulders and began repeating her name very gently over and over again to try to kind of get her out of this trance she was in. And sure enough, a moment later, Margaret, who kind of stopped flailing, she let out this huge gasp, and then she sat up straight and panted for air, and she turned to her husband and she said, "I saw the ghost again." And when Eric heard this, he wasn't like, "Oh my goodness, there's a ghost." Instead, he was just kind of annoyed. And so he did his best to comfort her, but he's just thinking, what in the world is going on here? So a few years ago, Margaret had joined the spiritualism movement, which was a very popular religious movement at the time. And spiritualists thought they could contact the dead. Now, Eric absolutely did not believe in ghosts, and he was pretty sure that Margaret's staunch belief in spiritualism was now effectively causing these nightmares. That it was not the house, it was just her belief system. It was kind of manifesting in these nightmares. However, Margaret felt the opposite. She felt like it was the house itself that was haunted, and it was haunted by a vengeful spirit that attacked her every night in these dreams. Now, Eric, it's the middle of the night, he's tired, he's annoyed. He didn't feel like discussing whatever she believed about this ghost right now. So after she said, "I saw the ghost, I saw the spirit again," he just told her to, calm down, go back to sleep. But on this night, Margaret didn't lie down. She actually turned to Eric and she said, "No, I have to figure out what's going on. I have to figure out who this ghost is and
That must
why
be
they're haunting me."
tiring having
A week
nightmares
later,
like that
a very
every
resigned
night.
Eric sat at his kitchen table next to Margaret, and across from them sat a medium, which is a person who spiritualists believed could talk directly to the dead by conducting a ritual called a seance. The medium began to light some candles, and as they did, they told Eric and Margaret to close their eyes because she was ready to begin the seance, where she would ask the spirit haunting their house what it wanted, and they needed, silence and their eyes closed to do that. So Eric fully believed that this seance would be a waste of time and money. He didn't believe in this stuff at all. But he knew his wife did, and it meant a lot to her. And so he's thinking, maybe this can help my wife sleep through the night again. And so Margaret and Eric did as they were told. And Eric, he closed his eyes and he listened as the medium began clearly rocking back and forth in her chair and began sort of dramatically calling out to the ghost and telling him to reveal himself. And at first, nothing happened, which was exactly what Eric had expected. But after a minute, Margaret suddenly jumped up from the table and ran out of the kitchen across the living room. And Eric, not knowing any better, just got up and followed her. And Margaret, she ran down the hallway and she threw open a door that led down to their cellar, and she raced down the steps. Now, Eric was doing his best not to ridicule what was happening here and just to play along. But it's like, what is his wife doing? What's happening here? And so as he's chasing after his wife, he starts saying like, "Honey, what's going on here? Where are you going? What is this?" But she didn't respond. It was like she was on a mission. And then finally, when Eric got down the steps and he's in the cellar, he saw his wife, who was now standing in the middle of the cellar with her arms out wide. And slowly, she began to point to a spot on the floor. And in this really weird and hollow voice with this sort of vacant expression on her face, she told Eric to dig. Now at this point, Eric was totally freaked out. Not because he believed that the seance had worked or that there was a ghost here, but because his wife genuinely was acting totally bizarre. I mean, she was acting possessed. And even if that was an act, it was a terrifying one. And so he just said no. There was no way he was just gonna start digging up the cellar floor. Like, what is going on here? But then the medium came rushing down the stairs as well. And they said that Margaret was in a trance, that the ghost in this house was channeling her, and that basically Eric had to do whatever the ghost said. Suddenly, Margaret's voice cut across the room again, and she said to Eric to dig up the floor. And this time she was more forceful and almost desperate, like, "You must do this." And so Eric, he's looking at his wife, he's looking at the medium, like, what in the world is happening
How you
here?
gonna dig up the floor though?
He's like, you know what?
Unless
I
it's
don't know what's
dirt?
happening. I'm just gonna dig. I'm gonna do what they tell me to. And so he grabbed a shovel and
Oh, it
just
is dirt.
began digging up the cellar. And after just a few minutes, Eric's shovel hit something in the ground, something hard. He thought it was just maybe like a big rock or something. But a few minutes later, after he and the medium and also Margaret, who's now come over at this point, they'd kind of cleared off whatever it was, they saw in the ground, what had previously been covered by the earth, was this rotten wooden box. And so he and Margaret and the medium, they pulled it out of the hole and they opened up the lid. And all three of them immediately recoiled because inside of the box was a human skeleton. And so after a minute of just, again, stunned silence, Eric just looked up at Margaret, who did not seem shocked by what she was looking at. This was like confirmation in some ways. And he says to Margaret, is this the skeleton of the ghost that's been haunting you? And Margaret, with that same hollow voice, like it wasn't her voice, looked at Eric and just said, no. It would turn out, according to the story that has been passed down about whatever happened in this house, that the ghost was a doctor who used to live in the house that Eric and Margaret moved into. And 18 years earlier, this doctor had performed an illegal surgery on a young woman, and this woman had died during this procedure. But again, because this surgery had been illegal, the doctor knew if word of what happened here got out, he would be arrested. So what did he do? He dismembered the girl's body and shoved it into this wooden box, filled the box with quicklime, and then he buried it in his basement. And amazingly, the doctor never got caught for what he did. And so he basically spent the rest of his life feeling very ashamed and guilty. And then finally, when he did die, it was like his spirit couldn't actually rest until he confessed. And so this haunting was basically to get Margaret to go down into the basement and see what he had done.
Whoa.
Everyday life is full of moments that you plan for and also moments that just happen, often when you least expect them. Whether it's part of your normal
He's such an
routine
awesome
or something
storyteller.
unexpected,
He is.
Amazon is where you go for everyday essentials, making shopping simple and dependable. From running out of household basics to last-minute surprises, Amazon's great deals and low prices on everyday essentials make it easier to handle whatever life throws your way. Everything is in one place, so there's no extra stress or jumping through hoops when time is already tight. Whether it's something you buy regularly or something you suddenly realize you need right now, Amazon makes it easy to find what you're looking for quickly and at a price that feels good. It's straightforward, dependable shopping that makes everyday moments feel more manageable with less stress, fewer steps, and more confidence that your money is well spent. Shop Amazon and save on essentials. Save the everyday.
Thank you, Ballin. How come there's no reports or videos of animal ghosts? There are. There are a lot of videos and reports of people who think they see their animals that passed away. You just gotta look. I mean, we've watched a few videos where people had a dog pass away or a cat pass away, and they have interactions with things that seem as their animal that passed away. What kind of house has a diggable basement ground? I think this was, when was this? When did he say this was that in?
Bulbs with light because his entire bed was shaking. He saw his wife one night in April of 1919.
1919. Okay, so April 19. And when did this body that they, or when did this doctor die?
Doctor knew if word of what happened here got out. He used to live in the house that Eric and Margaret of the ghost that's been haunting you. And Margaret, with that same hollow voice, like it wasn't her voice, looked at Eric and just said, no. It would turn out, according to the story that has been passed down about whatever happened in this house, that the ghost was a doctor who used to live in the house that Eric and Margaret moved into.
Okay, so I guess before 1919, probably a couple years before that one, there was the doctor that lived there. Or like, I don't know, 50 years prior, a doctor lived there and did an illegal surgery. Maybe. Are we listening to more? Yeah, there's 2 more stories. Wait, wouldn't they be smelling rotten limbs when they dug it up? Because the doctor filled the box up with stuff that made it not stink while it was deteriorating. If old enough, worms and soil bacteria eat away the organic material. Yep, that too.
And 18 years earlier, this
18
doctor
years.
had performed an illegal surgery on a young woman, and this woman had died during this procedure. But again, because this surgery had been illegal, the doctor knew if word of what happened here got out, he would be arrested. So what did he do? He dismembered the girl's body and shoved it into this wooden box, filled the box with quicklime.
Quicklime. Filled the box with quicklime. Is that like an older... God damn it. Why you gotta do that? Kills odors? Okay. Calcium. Oh. Okay, yeah. Skin burns. It causes severe skin burns and eye damage. Ooh, owie. Used in steel manufacturing? What the fuck? It stabilizes soil, improves durability of roads and buildings. Uh-huh. Interesting. It also burns if you spray it with water. Interesting. Peter into the Fog with Peter Laws. He tells stories like this and has a great voice. Ooh. But we'll have to look at that one. How come Pima knows so much about how to hide bodies? Because I need somewhere to go after I eat somebody, you know? If I don't like certain parts, I gotta send it to somebody, no?
One afternoon in April of 1925, a wealthy teenager named Lacey raced his horse around the huge estate where he lived in eastern Hungary and took in all the land that he knew he would inherit someday.
Hello, scripter.
He stopped when he reached the gardens on the far side of the estate. But before he could ride his horse into the gardens as he wanted to, a field worker ran up to Lacey and asked him to stop and turn around. The field worker, who was about Lacey's age, explained that Lacey was not allowed to ride his horse through the garden anymore because the last time he had rode through some flower beds and Lacey's father was really mad about it. And at this, Lacey felt totally exasperated because he was tired of his father always bossing him around. And it embarrassed him to be reminded of this by someone as low class as a field worker. So Lacey's family was part of the noble class. His dad was a baron and his mother was a baroness, and they lived together in an old castle on this beautiful estate. And for the most part, Lacey loved his noble life, but his father could be harsh and really controlling. And sometimes Lacey dreamed of the day that he would inherit his dad's title, because then he, Lacey, would be in charge of the estate and he could finally run things the way he wanted. And so Lacey decided he wanted to show his father and this field worker and the other field workers that they couldn't order him around all the time. And so he rode his horse right into the gardens and intentionally rode all over their prized flower beds. Lacey's plan was to head back home and go into the castle and talk to his father about that field worker's rudeness. But when Lacey got back to the castle, he didn't have a chance to even speak to his father, because that whole day his dad was very busy with estate matters. And then that night, his father died of a heart attack. A week after his father's death, Lacey walked through the crowded banquet hall in his family's castle looking for his mother because he wanted to make sure that she was okay. He and his mom had just gotten home from his dad's funeral, and now they were hosting a reception for everyone who had attended. But Lacey couldn't find his mother anywhere inside of this banquet hall. And with a sinking feeling, he realized there was only one place she could be. So after Lacey's father had died, his mother had gone a little bit crazy. She refused to believe that her husband had died of a heart attack, and instead kept insisting that he had been murdered. More specifically, she thought he had been scared to death, because when she had seen his body for the first time, his facial expression looked horrified, like he was actually scared as he died. Now, the doctor had explained to her that, it was entirely possible that his heart attack came on suddenly and he was scared about what was happening to him, and so, was scared when he died. But the Baroness wouldn't listen. She said this was intentional. Somebody did this to him. And so ever since, she had basically spent all of her time in Lacey's father's bedroom searching for clues about her husband's supposed killer. So now, Lacey left the banquet hall and climbed the stairs up the castle up to his father's bedroom. And just as he suspected, when he knocked on the door, his mom answered, looking totally frantic. Lacey told her to come downstairs and say hello to their guests, but she said no, that she was too busy looking for evidence. Then, before Lacey could say anything, his mom just shut the door in his face. The next 6 months went by basically the same way. Lacey's mother spent all her time locked up in the Baron's bedroom around the clock, and Lacey spent most of his time riding his horse, including in the garden, because he didn't like going home anymore. His mother was now technically in charge of the family estate, but she had really let things go since her husband had died. She basically had not taken up any of the responsibilities that she was now in charge of. And so at this point, Lacey really couldn't wait until he was on his own and in charge of the castle and the estate himself. One night in mid-October, so this is at the 6-month mark from when Lacey's father had died, Lacey ate dinner alone, which was common at this point since his mom basically still refused to come downstairs at all. And then after he ate dinner, Lacey began making his way upstairs to get ready for bed. And as he walked upstairs, Lacey just felt overcome with anger and desperation and just kind of general angst about the current situation. He longed so desperately to just be alone and in charge of the estate. He hated the current setup with his mother in charge, but not really doing anything. I mean, the whole estate was just falling apart here. But eventually, despite feeling kind of riled up, Lacey, got into bed and closed his eyes and did eventually begin to drift off to sleep.
His mom's gonna die now.
Right after he had fallen asleep, he was suddenly awoken by this ear-piercing scream that was echoing down the hallway. And he realized it was his mother, and she was screaming for help. And so Lacey jumped out of bed and he raced down the hallway to his father's bedroom. And as he ran, other servants were flooding the hallway, racing towards the room as well. And Lacey, he got to the door, he unlocked it, and he rushed inside. And when he got in there, he saw his mother pointing at the foot of the Baron's bed. And she was saying that a demon had appeared in the bedroom and had loomed over her like it wanted to kill her. And so she told Lacey that the demon had to be what scared his father to death. The demon was the murderer. Lacey's mother looked absolutely convinced here. But Lacey, and really all the servants as well, just kind of collectively sighed, because there was obviously no demon at the foot of the bed here, and his mom clearly had just had a bad dream, or, was just basically acting crazy. And so as the servants kind of, went back to their rooms to allow the family to deal with this, Lacey told his mother to just go back to sleep here. And then he turned and walked back down to his room, feeling completely defeated, because to Lacey, his mom was basically losing her mind here, and he had no idea how he was going to help, or really how much longer this current setup was going to last. But this was awful. On both of the next 2 nights, Lacey woke up yet again to the sound of his mother screaming about a demon inside of the Baron's bedroom. And so by the 3rd morning, Lacey had just had enough. He decided he was going to force his mother out of that bedroom and insist that she come downstairs and eat breakfast with him and just act normal for once. However, when he walked to the Baron's bedroom and knocked on the door to speak to his mother, it was not his mom who answered. It was a police detective. Lacey was stunned, and he walked into the bedroom and saw his mother, who was standing there with 2 more detectives. And Lacey asked, what's going on here? Lacey's mother explained that she had called the police to help her catch the demon that was haunting her at night and very likely was responsible for killing her husband. And at this point, Lacey thought he might die of embarrassment. I mean, this was unbelievable that now the police were involved. But instead of talking about that, he just begged his mother to please send the police home. They do not need to be here. But his mother refused. She was fully committed to the idea that there was a demon here and the police were going to help her find it. And the police, to be honest, looked like they didn't really know what was going on. They were just kind of trying to figure out if this was serious or not, or if there was some sort of intruder, but they were just kind of like, man, we'll see. And so Lacey finally just turned, left, hopped on his horse, and went for his daily ride. That night, as Lacey crawled into his own bed, he knew that down the hallway, his mom was already in bed, and that 3 detectives were watching over her room in case a demon appeared. Again, Lacey felt unbelievably embarrassed by this. To even be affiliated with this was just
there's gonna be
excruciating.
somebody in
He managed
the
to close his
crawl
eyes
space
and go to sleep. But,
crawls out.
like normal, at some point in the middle of the night, he woke up because his mother was screaming. And Lacey, I mean, he's like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. It's only getting worse. But he got out of bed, he went into the hallway, and he began walking down towards where his mother was, where she was screaming inside of the Baron's bedroom, expecting that, once again, the room would be empty and the police would see, this is just complete delusion here. There's no demon, there's no problem. However, when Lacey got to the doorway and looked inside, he saw one of the detectives running across the room and then tackle something that really did look like a demon to the floor.
Cool.
And then Lacey's mother turned on the light. It would turn out that even though Lacey fully expected to inherit his father's title, he was actually not the Baron's firstborn son. Before the Baron had met the Baroness, Lacey's mother, he'd had a relationship with a local peasant woman, and they had had a son together. Now, the Baron had given that peasant woman a plot of land on the edge of the estate to raise their son in secret. And then the Baron had basically abandoned them both. He had given them the opportunity to, work on the estate and sort of make a living for themselves, but functionally, he didn't interact with them at all. He didn't recognize them at all. They were on their own. Now, the peasant woman, the mother of this child, had sort of accepted that this was their reality, but the secret son had sort of buried that feeling forever until Lacey rode his horse through the gardens, despite being told not to, and destroyed those flower beds. Because the secret son was that field worker. His job was looking out for the gardens, and it just felt like a step too far. And so the secret son, the field worker, decided he was going to teach this family a lesson. He was going to kill the Baron and the Baroness by scaring them to death. That was his plan, and it sort of worked. He went into the castle and pretended to be a demon in the middle of the night, and he scared the father, the Baron, so badly, he literally had a heart attack and died. However,
Newspaper article about the incident. Can a ghost be charged as slayer? Budapest. Whether a ghost can be guilty of murder is the extraordinary question, with which the Court of Justice at Szalonik, a town east of the Hungarian capital, will soon have to deal.
However, the secret son continued pretending to be a demon around the Baroness after killing the Baron, and the Baroness would get really, really scared and would scream and claim there's a demon in here. But she didn't die from this. She did not have a heart attack. And so ultimately, the plan was foiled. And so in the end, there was no demon. It was just Lacey's half-brother wrapped in a cloak, wearing
Catching the Mezopizza ghost that solves the mystery and clears the death of Baron Komjath. Berlin, October 27. The ghost that haunted the castle, fearful apparition that nightly frightened the Baroness von Komjath out of her wits and made her scream, reverberated around through the castle halls, has been caught.
a horrifying mask.
Forked. Imagine if he had a different plan, tickle people to death. That's some Scooby-Doo shit.
One morning in early August of 1927, a 24-year-old woman named Inez Perry walked in the back door of the farmhouse where her parents lived in rural Vermont. And as soon as she walked in, she went into the kitchen where her father was at the kitchen table with a man she had never seen before, and the two were shaking hands, and she heard her father say, "We have a deal." And then right after that, Inez's father looked over and saw her, and he explained that this man's name was Clarence Sinclair, and that he and Clarence had just agreed to swap houses. And for a second, Inez was confused, but then it all clicked into
family
place.
swap?
So Inez's parents had raised her and her
Like that show that you swap houses, like the families go to different houses and see how the other family lives. Like a rich person would swap with a poor person and then they see how the family lives and blah 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 blah, that kind of thing.
other 3 siblings in this farmhouse. But Inez and her siblings had all moved away, and her parents were getting older. Her dad's health in particular was starting to fail, and keeping up the farmhouse was getting to be too much for him. And so her father had been trying to sell the property for a while, but nobody seemed to want it. However, now it seemed like he had finally found a solution. Her dad explained to her that Clarence and his family would move into this farmhouse and take over the farm. And in exchange, he and Inez's mom would move into Clarence's house just a few towns over. Now, to Inez, this arrangement did seem a little strange, but it also did solve her parents' problem. And so even though she was going to be sad to say goodbye to her childhood home, she decided that this had to be the right move for her parents. And so she said, that's great. A few weeks later, Inez was inside of her parents' new house, helping to get them settled in and organize their living room, when she heard the clattering sound of a horse-drawn wagon coming down the street and coming to a stop right outside. So she walked to the door and she opened it up, but the second she saw who it was that was getting out of the carriage, she slammed the door and locked it. Because the person getting out of that carriage was Clarence Sinclair, the man who Inez's dad had swapped homes with. And the home swap had not gone how Inez and her family had hoped. Inez's parents were thrilled with their new house, so everything on their side was good. But pretty much immediately after actually doing the swap, Clarence had started acting totally unhinged. He had come back to his old home repeatedly without being invited, and he would beg Inez's dad to switch houses back, that he had made a horrible mistake. But Clarence would never elaborate. He would never really explain why he felt this way. He would just, demand, please, I've made a horrible mistake. We have to switch back. But Inez's dad had said no. A deal was a deal. And he just had too many health issues to live at that farmhouse anymore. And Clarence couldn't actually cite any real problems with the farmhouse that he so desperately wanted to, give back. And so as far as Inez's dad was concerned, the subject here was closed. He had not given him a faulty property, and there was no real reason here to go back to the way it was. And so it was a no. So now Inez and her parents watched from the window as Clarence hopped out of his wagon and came rushing onto the porch. And he looked absolutely crazy. His hair was messed up and greasy, and there were dark circles under his eyes, and he really looked like he hadn't slept in weeks. And Clarence promptly began pounding on the front door, shouting that his family could not live in their farmhouse, and that this was now a matter of life and death. But eventually, when Inez and her family refused to come out, Clarence finally gave up, turned around, got in his wagon, and drove away. Now, that was the last time that Clarence came to their house.
Are you
But it was not the last time that Inez and her family would hear about their old farmhouse. A few weeks later, on November 4th, after several days of very heavy rainfall, Inez picked up the newspaper and saw that their old neighborhood had been basically washed away by historic flooding. And that included their old farmhouse. It had literally been carried off. And the family that had been living in the farmhouse were dead. But that family was not Clarence Sinclair's family. It would turn out that after Clarence and his family had moved into said farmhouse, Clarence began having these horrible dreams where his dead mother would appear to him and tell him to move out of this farmhouse right now because something terrible is going to happen here. Now, at first, Clarence ignored this and chalked it up to a bad dream, but the dream kept happening over and over and over again, and it was driving him mad. And so eventually, he did go to Inez and Inez's parents and tried to switch it back because he felt like this dream really meant something, but Inez's father just kept.
You have ads right now? How are there ads? There's no ads playing. Better? Okay.
Saying no and said, no, that's your house now. And so Clarence never elaborated to the family about why he wanted this back because it made no sense to him either, but he ultimately listened to his dead mother in his dream, and he wound up just selling the farmhouse just to not live there anymore. And so that decision would ultimately save Clarence and his family. But it would also condemn to death the family who moved in.
I asking. Damn.
Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of today's episode in the comments. And remember, we have hundreds of videos for you to binge right now. But if you're looking for a recommendation from me of that one video that's worth your time, well, it's this one right here. So give it a watch. All right, until next time, see ya.
Thank you, Ballin. Ooh, what's this? That's creepy looking. Thank you, Mr. Ballin. Maggie, what if you saw this? When you looked out your door frame, and this was peeking around it?
Paibu just
Hi,
subscribed
thank
for
you for the
34 massive
resubby.
months.
Thank you. Burn it down. Wow. Burn down your house? That's kind of, but you need your house. What the fuck? Credo! Thank you for the 10! Hello? Scared the shit out of me.
Crido _ gifted 10 tier 1 kittens to the community. I love you.
Thank you for the 10! Thank you! Ow. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Not Gups just subscribed for 33 massive months.
Sorry, my mouth will full of me. Thank you for the resubby. How are you? What if we type in Friday the 13th? Friday the 13th. Scary. Stuff. Horrific things that happen on Friday the 13th? Oh, let's fucking go! Nope. Let's fucking go! Wait, it's not going. Wait, it's going. Wait, no.
Friday the 13th has long been considered a date cursed with bad luck. It's largely been a date that people look at as an excuse to do
Ray! Ray! What the hell? Oh, okay. Okay.
Lizard. Give me your hole.
Okay.
Scary themed activities like binging scary movies. But this is the first year since 2017 that Friday the 13th falls in October. So for this video, we're looking at some of the most terrifying events that have actually taken place on the notorious day of bad luck. Tupac Shakur, better known as a stage name simply as Tupac, was an American rapper widely considered to be one of the most influential and successful rappers of all time. Tupac was arguably responsible for some of the most memorable rap verses in history. And while much of his notoriety came about after his shocking death in the mid-1990s, he's still remembered and talked about today. On the night of September 7th, 1996, Tupac was in Las Vegas celebrating his business partner's birthday. And one night while there, he attended the Bruce Seldon vs. Mike Tyson boxing match with Suge Knight at the MGM Grand. Later that night at about 11:15 p.m., while at a stoplight, a white four-door Cadillac sedan pulled up to the passenger side of Tupac's vehicle, and an occupant rapidly fired into the car. He was hit 4 times, once in the arm, once in the thigh, and twice in the chest, with one bullet entering his right lung. Tupac succumbed to his injuries 6 days later on September 13th, which was a Friday. The case went unresolved, with people suspecting his friend Suge Knight and even rapper Biggie Smalls of the murder. But recently on September 29th, 2023, 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis was charged in the killing of Tupac. Dwayne is not accused of being the one to pull the trigger that night in Las Vegas, but he is, however, being accused of having been the one to call the hit on Tupac. The trial is still currently in progress.
Did you guys know about that? I didn't know about that. Plane
A lot
crashes.
of people refuse to fly on Friday the 13th, and while that may come down to pure superstition among some people, there have been a few tragedies in the air on this day. In October 1972, on Friday the 13th, a plane heading to Chile was forced to crash land in the Andes Mountains. The flight was carrying 45 passengers and crew, including 19 members of the Old Christians Club rugby union team, along with their families, supporters, and friends. 3 crew members and 9 passengers died immediately. Several more died soon afterward due to the frigid temperatures and the severity of their injuries. Survivors of the crash hid in the wreckage for warmth and were eventually forced to cannibalize and eat deceased passengers to survive. A rescue team was sent out, but the mission was called off after 10 days. However, 72 days after the crash, as the weather improved with the arrival of late spring, 2 survivors climbed a 4,700-meter mountain peak without gear and hiked for 10 days into Chile to seek help, traveling a total of 38 miles. The 2 men were able to alert authorities that there were still 16 survivors trapped in the mountains, leading to their rescue. Believe it or not, on the exact same Friday the 13th as this plane crash, the same exact date, was another plane crash that killed all 164 passengers and 10 flight crew. It was Aeroflot 217. The plane needed to land due to horrible weather conditions, but crashed upon landing in Russia just 3 miles away from the runway. The exact cause of the crash could not be determined, but it's speculated that it was largely to do with simply human error. Casualty-wise, it is one of the worst plane crashes in history. While these incidents are incredibly rare, perhaps there is a reason flights are cheaper on Friday the 13th. If you're not superstitious, perhaps it may be worth it. But now we move from the sky to the sea, looking at the Costa Concordia disaster. On Friday the 13th, January 2012, The 8-year-old Costa Cruises ship Costa Concordia just left Civitavecchia, Italy at approximately 7:18 p.m. On board were 1,022 crew members and 3,206 passengers. As the Concordia approached Giglio Island several hours later, it deviated from its standard course, moving closer to the small Tuscan island for a maritime salute, which included the cruise ship sounding its horn to show off to onlookers on the land. The Concordia had performed several in the past, but the area was known for rock outcroppings, and at some point, such a formation was noticed in the ship's path. Francesco Schettino, the captain, ordered a change in course, but allegedly due to language issues, the Indonesian helmsman steered the boat in the opposite direction. It took a little over 10 seconds to correct the maneuver, and the boat's bow ultimately swung clear, but the stern collided with the reef at approximately 9:45 p.m. The damage had been done. The Concordia's port side had suffered a 174-foot tear. This caused the ship to list and then partially sink, landing unevenly on an underwater ledge. Although a 6-hour rescue effort brought most of the passengers ashore, 33 people died, 27 passengers, 5 crew, and later a member of the salvage team. An investigation focused on the shortcomings in the procedures followed by the Concordia's crew and the actions of the captain, Francesco, who left the ship prematurely, leaving behind about 300 passengers on board the sinking ship, most of whom were rescued by helicopters or motorboats in the area. Schettino was found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 16 years in prison.
That's it?
Despite receiving criticism, Costa Cruises and its parent company Carnival Corporation didn't face criminal charges. The total cost of the disaster, including victims' compensation, refloating, towing, and scrapping costs, is estimated at $2 billion, more than 3 times the ship's original $612 million construction cost. The cruise line offered compensation to passengers to pay for all damages, including the value of the cruise. Only 1/3 of the survivors took the offer. This remains the biggest modern cruise ship catastrophe.
Damn. Have you ever seen the poop
David
cruise?
Anthony McGreevy was born in Southport,
Wait, I think
England
I heard
in
of that one. Was that the one where the sewers got like backed up and stuff, and it got flooded with the or not sewers, the tanks got backed up, and then it exploded, and it flooded the ship with poop, and people were getting sick and stuff? Yeah, yeah. Never get on a boat. Got it. Yeah, it was nasty. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I love how that's like the #1 looked at thing. There's a Netflix movie on it? No fucking way.
When you think of everything.
Yeah, that's the trailer. Hold on.
Good afternoon. Welcome on board the beautiful Triumph.
We just love going on cruises. The food, the pool, the water slide. I mean, what more could you ask?
This was absolutely the bachelorette party that I had dreamed of.
We were like, this is awesome. And then the lights go out.
Attention. Air fatigue.
Oh my God.
More than 4,000 people are stuck on a cruise ship that is dead in the water.
That's when all of us were like, what the f?
When power goes, that's it. Everything's out.
It was immediately crisis mode.
But the toilets weren't working. Well, we can do a #1 in the shower, and then...
I'm telling you, it got bad fast.
I would never expect having to poop in a red bag. Oh no. Oh no. Mm-mm.
No.
Why not just hang your ass over the edge of the
You
boat
could hear
and
the
take a
panic.
shit?
We were starting to smell urine.
Oh my God.
It was terrifying.
We had camera people, crews on boats, a helicopter up in the air.
Fights broke out.
Oh, the ship is on fire.
What the is happening on this cruise ship?
It's like shantytown.
It's like something that came out of a nightmare movie.
The snowball has started to roll, and there's no stopping it.
My God, it's chaos.
Everything that could go wrong on a cruise liner. I bet being asked to poop in a biohazard bag falls pretty low on that list. But for more than 3,000 passengers aboard the Carnival Triumph, that became a daily reality.
Why? Why? You have a whole ocean. Just stick your ass out there and just take a shit. And then if you're a dude, just stick your willy out on the edge and just pee. You have a whole ocean around you. Just stick it over the edge and take a shit. Hexy will fall. Have people hold on. I mean, it's embarrassing. It'll be very fucking embarrassing. But you won't ever see those people again after you get off the boat, hopefully. But you just have people hold on to you. And then while you take, they could be your emotional support while you're taking a shit, you know? Poop smeared all over the side. You can rate who's the best pooper. You can make it into a game.
Feces-covered walls, food fights, and a sprawling tent city on the decks earned the cruise its infamous name, the Poop Cruise from Hell.
Oh.
The Triumph, billed as the pride of the Carnival Group, is the length of 3 football fields. Boasts 13 decks with 4 swimming pools, 7 whirlpools, and a massive casino floor. On board Carnival's fun ship, expectations were high. Sadly, this ill-fated trip would make memories for very different reasons. The Triumph set sail from Galveston, Texas for the Gulf of Mexico on Thursday, February 7, 2013, for what was thought to be a 4-day cruise. Initially, it was all plain sailing, with late-night parties, onboard entertainment, great weather, and mouth-watering buffets for the guests. The highlight of the cruise was set to be a stop in Cozumel, Mexico. Here, passengers could disembark, frolic in azure waters, shop to their heart's delight, and return for a night of festive onboard activities. In reality, after departing Cozumel for the return trip to Galveston, the cruise took a turn for the worse. In the early hours of Sunday, February 10th, a fire alarm echoed through the ship, with the Alpha Team call booming over the PA system shortly after 5:28 a.m. The Alpha Team announcement, the code used for a fire emergency aboard Carnival vessels, left many holidaymakers panicked. Guests on the first and second decks opened their doors to find smoke-filled hallways. Chaos broke out, with passengers scrambling for life jackets and frantically searching for friends and loved ones. On the top deck, black smoke was billowing from the smokestack. The Alpha Team alert led to panic among passengers, with some heading to evacuation stations once they heard no further information or instructions. While the announcements called for calm, guests were left in the dark about the extent of the fire.
Folks, there's no need to be at our muster stations. We do ask at this time that you do proceed back to your staterooms, back to your cabins. As I say, there is a situation in the engine control room, in the engine room, but it is under control. So we do ask that you please make your way back to your cabins at this time. There's no need to be waiting in the muster stations. Thank you.
Soon after the initial announcement, the ship's lights flickered before it lost all power, except for the emergency lights. The blaze, which was contained in the engine room through an automatic fire suppression system, was reportedly quelled by 6:08 a.m. Unfortunately, the fire had knocked out most of the ship's power and disabled the propulsion system, leaving the 3,143 passengers and close to 1,100 staff stranded in the Gulf of Mexico. But there was a plan. 2 tugboats set course for the stricken vessel to tow it to the nearest port of Progreso, Mexico. Passengers breathed a sigh of relief and started taking off their life vests, docking by Tuesday, they were told. Little did they know, Another 4 days would pass before anyone set foot on land again. By mid-morning on Sunday, passengers realized it wasn't just the propulsion system that died. The air conditioning, running water, elevators, and, worst of all, the septic system had also failed. That's when the cruise director delivered a message that left passengers horrified.
We're going to deliver some red bags to your cabins, to the bathrooms if you can. If you need to do a number 2, you need to poop, please do it in the red bag and drop it off in the bins, in the corridors. And if you need to do a number 1, that's a wee, please do it in the shower. Thank you, folks, and I'll be back with any more updated info.
This announcement came when toilets were already clogged due to lack of flushing facilities in the private cabins and public restrooms. The now infamous red poop bags were just too much to bear for many passengers.
People were using the restroom in little red plastic bags and throwing them out into the hallway.
We were in shock. We were like, I'm not using a red bag.
The thing is you just don't eat.
The Triumph stabilizers also took a hit from the fire, causing the vessel to list heavily. Passengers reported clutching walls to keep their balance. But worst of all, toilets overflowed and spilled into halls, seeping through walls to floors each time the ship tilted with the wind. Before long, images emerged of sewage-sodden carpets, bins lined with red bags, and in some cases, erupting toilets. Depending on where the drains in the bathroom were, water and fecal matter came back up, pooling in there and overflowing into the cabins. With temperatures soaring and the foul stench of human waste permeating the cabin decks, many guests dragged their mattresses to outside decks to escape the odors and sweltering heat. The news outlets were quick to react, sending helicopters out to the crippled ship. Soon, images of what would become known as Tent City flooded news channels as passengers started using bed sheets, towels, and rope to construct makeshift accommodations on the tanning deck. In a bold attempt to quell the passengers' mounting frustrations, Carnival decided to host an open bar, offering free beer and wine after the fire. The bar service was to run from afternoon until midnight, but turned out to be a terrible decision. With drinks flowing freely, several passengers became obnoxious and intoxicated, lobbing objects into the water and messing up the restrooms. By Tuesday morning, when both tugboats finally arrived, the vessel had drifted more than 90 miles north, meaning that Progresso was no longer the closest port. The decision was made to tow the 102,000-ton behemoth to Mobile, Alabama, adding another 2 days to their journey. On the bright side, returning to the U.S. would ease re-entry for the 900 passengers traveling without passports. However, the added delay risked one passenger's life. Rachel Alderet, urgently requiring dialysis, became the first of only 2 people evacuated by the Coast Guard.
They got the Coast Guards and transferred me to another boat, another ship, sent me to Cozumel to do dialysis on Tuesday. It was hard. It was scary. It was, oh my God. You know, it was just scary the way they put me down. They put me in a stair rope, and the Coast Guard said that don't worry about it, that they would catch me and you know, they were going to hold me back, and they did. And then they transferred me to the bigger boat, and you know.
The following day, a second passenger was taken off the ship because of a pre-existing medical condition. Both were moved to other Carnival ships that had diverted their courses to assist with the rescue mission. Passengers commended the crew for doing everything they could to meet the travelers' needs, but that the toilet situation had been trying at best.
Now that is the problem with the boat, is that the toilets have not worked, and they ended up having to issue us these we call them the red bags, and that is what's been used almost exclusively for the first 2 days after the fire.
Conditions on board rapidly deteriorated during that time.
First 2 days after the fire? What about the other days? What'd you guys do then? Oh no. Oh no. Did they go back to our ancestor ways and like just started flinging shit at each other?
Reportedly running out. Dwindling food supplies forced passengers to queue for hours for cold onion and cucumber sandwiches. One passenger described scenes reminiscent of the Hunger Games as fights erupted over dwindling provisions.
Oh my.
And they would gripe at you, or other people would practically cuss you out because you would have multiples, but you're trying to get for your whole cabin, so everybody wasn't standing in line.
3 other Carnival liners, Elation, Conquest, and Legend,
I would say eat each other, but I wouldn't know after that because the other person might be covered in shit. So I don't know after that. Go fishing! Wait!
performed impressive.
Wait! You're literally on a fucking boat! How is everything? How can you not? Hold on. Dwindling food? You're literally on a fucking boat in the middle of the goddamn ocean, and you have all of that. You're telling me nobody knows how to fish? You think those? No, I'm talking about the staff. What the fuck? You see how far the deck is from the water? You can find a way. If you're really that hungry, you'll find a way. Excuses. If you're really that fucking hungry, you'll find a way.
Maneuvers to drop off provisions and supplies to the weary passengers. Transfers were hampered by winds as high as 35 knots and a sea swell of up to 6 feet. The tugboats, clearly lacking the muscle to pull a ship of Triumph's size adequately, only managed a leisurely pace of about 5 miles per hour. Naturally, it didn't help that the tow line snapped several times during the process. Major news networks reported on Triumph's arduous journey to Mobile with around-the-clock coverage of the so-called floating petri dish. On Wednesday, February 13th, Tent City had to be dismantled to make way for an incoming chopper delivering much-needed supplies and equipment. By Thursday, the mood aboard seemed to get a little lighter after the food drop and the arrival of a generator that promised the luxury of hot meals. By this time, sanitary facilities were restored to parts of the ship, and passengers had access to power outlets to charge their cell phones. For many passengers, staying in contact with loved ones had been a battle.
We've spent the past 2 days about 4 to 5 hours a day charging our phone so we can at least have the opportunity to talk. The only time we get cell reception is if one of the other cruise ships comes close enough to us.
What did that say?
So we've all been frantically charging, and cell reception is if one of the
cabin shootout? Like, in the boat?
The opportunity to talk. The only time we get cell reception is if one of the other cruise ships comes close enough to us.
Oh, no,
So
I guess that's not. That's just other news.
And we've
Okay.
actually rigged charging stations from ship computers to try to rig. I'm sure we're going to blow up the ship doing it.
In Mobile, worried family and friends gathered at the port, anxiously awaiting the first glimpses of the Triumph and their loved ones.
She said it was terrible. She said, Mama, when everybody get off this bus, everyone's probably going to have a little psychological help.
The Triumph was the largest cruise ship ever to dock at Mobile, and its final leg into the port required more than 6 grueling hours of careful nighttime maneuvering as 4 tugboats ushered it up a 30-mile ship channel across the shallow bay. The passengers finally started disembarking at about 10 p.m. on Thursday. Carnival CEO Gary Cahill was among the many waiting at the port. He thanked the crew on board the vessel for their tireless efforts to keep the passengers comfortable and apologized to everyone for the situation.
And I'd like to reiterate the apology I made earlier. I know the conditions on board were very poor. I know it was very difficult, and I want to apologize again for subjecting our guests to that. We pride ourselves in providing our guests with a great vacation experience, and clearly we failed in this particular case.
But there was still more trouble in store for the passengers.
Wait, so a fire just started in there, and that's what happened? How did the fire start?
In the Carnival ticket's small print, the cruise line added a protection clause. If the performance of the proposed voyage is hindered or prevented by breakdown of the vessel, Carnival may cancel the proposed voyage without liability to refund passage money or fares paid in advance. Despite this, each passenger received $500, a free flight home, a full refund for their trip, and reimbursed most expenses on board, as well as a full credit for another cruise. This didn't stop passengers from
Who the fuck would go on another cruise? I would be traumatized for life.
filing a slew of lawsuits within hours of reaching land. However, their chances of claiming compensation were slim to none unless they suffered a personal injury. Carnival ended up awarding $118,500 in damages to 27 passengers for doctors and hospital costs related to the ill-fated cruise. But the ship's woes continued. While it was moored for repairs in Mobile, the vessel broke free, drifting across the Mobile River and colliding with a tethered dredge. A responding towboat became pinned between the cruise ship and the dredge. Tragically, one person died and another was injured. As for the fire's cause,
Nah, that ship is haunted. Fucking sink that thing. Dismember that ship and just get rid of it. That thing is haunted. Hell no.
Carnival asserted that a fuel leak in the engine room sparked the blaze, but many feel that negligence was the real cause of the blaze. In just 2 years, the group reported 9 incidents involving fuel leaks linked to flexible fuel lines. In January 2013, Carnival gave ships 2 months to install spray shields for all diesel engines using flexible lines. However, the Triumph failed to shield a hose that wound up causing the infamous Hoop Cruise in February. It was found that the fuel hose that caused the fire was located underneath the deck plates, which they believed would be sufficient to provide a shield. Of course, it turned out not to be sufficient, as the engine room fire broke out as a direct result of the unshielded fuel line. In addition to fixing the fire damage, Carnival added new technical features to prevent a sequel. They spent $115 million on cleaning, repairing, and upgrading the ship before it resumed service 4 months later. In 2019, after another $200 million overhaul, the ship was renamed Sunrise and continues to offer passengers everything you could ever need on a cruising holiday. Fingers crossed, red biohazard bags and onboard activities like Survivor or Hunger Games are not on the list of fun activities offered. Watch this episode next if you found this video interesting. Please add a like and leave a comment if you want to support the channel.
Hell no. They should have named it something else besides Sunrise. They should give it a tribute to the Poop Cruise. I don't know what they should have called it, but the Karkin. That's what they should have called it, the Karkin. Instead of the Kraken, the Karkin. That's what they should have named it. Okay. How would they understand that you just take Karkin onto the cruise? Okay, that's all you gotta do. You just take Karkin onto a cruise for like 3 days, and then everybody will know Karkin by the end of it. And now that's how they get the name of the next ship, the Karkin.
David Anthony McGreevy was born in Southport, England in 1951 to Bella and Thomas McGreevy. David was the second oldest of 6 children. Since David's father was a sergeant in the British Army, a lot of his childhood was spent moving from one army base to another. This could mean that one year he was being educated in an army school in England, the next in Germany. According to David's mother, living in Germany was his happiest time. David's mother, Bella, later said she could only remember one childhood incident of concern, as David was otherwise allegedly well behaved. In 1967, 15-year-old David left school and enlisted in the Royal Navy. However, he was dismissed from the Navy in August 1971 after being court-martialed for starting a fire that destroyed a mess wardroom. David then moved back in with his parents, but around this time his life was crumbling as his fiancée broke up with him and he was fired from several jobs. For this reason, his parents became fed up with him and kicked him out. So David turned to his friend Clive Kenneth Ralph, who let him board with he and his wife, Dorothy Elsie, and their 2 small children, Paul and Dawn. Clive
Oh,
and Dorothy...
hell no. What is wrong with her? Oh, God. Oh, no. She
had been school friends, and there was a 5-year age gap between them.
evil.
They had married in September 1968, when Dorothy was 16 and pregnant with Paul.
That's rude. I'm sorry. It just came out. I'm sorry. I knew after I said it that was mean and she probably had no control over it, but Jesus Christ, that picture did her dirty. That picture did her dirty. She probably looked pretty without the picture. Like, you know how some people are shit at being photographed? She's probably shit at being photographed, but she's probably beautiful off camera. But holy fuck, on camera, she looks possessed like a demon.
By the time David moved in, Dorothy was pregnant with their 3rd child, Samantha, who was born on the 14th of July in 1972. With both Clive and Dorothy busy working, David acted as a babysitter for the Ralph children. He was regarded by family and neighbors, as well as the Ralphs, as a person who loved children. So what would soon happen was nothing short of unexpected and horrific. On Friday the 13th, in April 1973, Elsie was picked up from work by Clive, who had left home late with the children all asleep. When the couple arrived at their home, the police were already there, and they escorted them to the police station, where they were told of the horrible truth that their children had been murdered. So what happened? Well, David was known to be a heavy drinker and sometimes a violent drunk. He had gone to a nearby pub earlier that evening with a friend, and he had 7 pints of beer.
Oh my
The 2 men had played cards and darts, though a small altercation took place prior to leaving the pub. Clive picked David up from the pub and brought him to look after the children, while Clive went to get Elsie from work. Sometime between 10:15 and 11:15 p.m.
What? Wait. You brought him home to look after your children while he's a shit-faced drunk? What the fuck, bro?
David, while completely wasted, became infuriated with the children, beginning with the baby, Samantha, who had been crying for her bottle. David violently killed the 3 children, each in a different yet brutal manner. After killing the 3 children, David went down to the basement and retrieved a pickaxe to further mutilate their bodies. David was arrested by police at 3:50 a.m., walking on a road near the Ralphs' home. Upon his arrest, David initially denied any responsibility, but several hours later, he admitted to the murders, with his only explained reasoning disgustingly being simply that the baby was crying. David was sentenced to multiple life sentences with minimums of 20 years, and in prison he was subjected to frequent abuse by other prisoners, and he spent most of his 45 years behind bars in protected conditions. In December of 2018, a parole board cleared David for release, declaring that he had changed significantly.
Nope. That's the look of a killer. Nope. Who the fuck releases this dude? The fuck?
And he was no longer a risk. There's bound to be anywhere from 1 to 3 Friday the 13ths each year. If you are superstitious and choose to be more low-key on this inevitable date in an attempt to escape any bad luck, you may end up like Daz Baxter. On Friday the 13th in 1976, Daz decided to just stay in the bed for the day to avoid anything bad happening, only to be killed when the floor of his apartment block collapsed under him. There's countless other stories and examples of misfortune and downright tragedy that's happened on Friday the 13th, but this could be said for literally every other date on the calendar. At the end of the day, maybe it's just another day.
Well then, imagine your floor giving out on you. Holy shit. See, that wasn't so scary. The scariest thing was the poop cruise. That wasn't so scary. Imagine a house breaking apart while you're taking a shit. That is like one of my worst fears is I'm going to the bathroom and then something happens to where I'm like, okay, do I just die here or do I quickly like figure out how to I don't even know. I'm gonna iframe death. No, you die. Oh, okay. Well, damn. Alright, that's all today, I guess. I'm sorry that we couldn't play that one game. I'm sorry it was borked. I'm sorry. Tomorrow, what do we have tomorrow? What do we have? Short strum plus movie. Thank you. Okay. Nana! God damn it, Nana. I need help carrying those? Yes. My back is gonna break. It's gonna snap. Alright, so, okay, wait, I have to write this down. Find out how to get into, find out about how to get into that. And then hopefully can stream that to you guys. Whoa, did Hexy get a new model? I did! I've had this since, the start of Chinese New Year. Bow, 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 bow. Alright, cutie patooties. Let's go say hi to... Ba-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. My ovaries are exploding. Send help. Who do you want to help? I don't know. I just need help. My ovaries are exploding. Maybe I could poop. Oh, maybe my body was like, oh my god, there's a ship full of poop. Maybe you could poop too. Yeah, let's go poop, guys. Let's go poop together. Wanna go poop together? Let's go poop together. We hold each other's hands. No, thank you. Sure, why not? Let's go. Hi, Dream. What the? You don't want to poop together? Come on. We could be friends. I think if you guys can poop together, you'll be really close friends because then you'll smell each other, you know? You'll smell what's inside your bodies. I feel like if you could smell another person's insides, you're pretty much besties. You took a big fat one this morning? You're so lucky. Last time I went... I forgot. I don't remember when the last time I went. Help! I went sometime, like, maybe a week and a half ago. Maybe, I think. You know what? I should mark it down on the calendar and do like little like celebration when I go. Man, please go poop. Okay, I'll go poop. I'll try. I'll chug. I'll eat those spicy noodles. I'll eat the spicy noodles, and then I'll finally understand what you guys mean by fiery butthole afterwards. Probably. But what if my butthole doesn't become fiery? No. That's not what I said. She got a shit flames. Don't do that. I don't understand when you guys say you got a fiery butthole. I don't understand that. So maybe I just need to experience it once in my life. My butt will be singing. No, don't try that. Oh. Good, keep not understanding. Is it bad? You don't want that? I don't want that. But what if, hear me out. You know like how some people like back shots? You know like how some people like, is that what back shot is? You know, okay, wait, pause. Is back shots the other hole? That is not like a back shot. Oh. Back shot is doggy. Oh! Understood. Oh, I thought this whole time, I thought it was like the other way. Okay, understood. Because I was about to say, people like that, so why don't they like a fiery butthole? Oh. Alright, I'm sorry, YouTube. Bye-bye. Bye, YouTube. Happy eating. Nom 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 nom.